Hi Frugal friends, this is Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today we're going to be talking about 12 things you probably shouldn't be buying at the Dollar Tree. So I am an avid Dollar Tree shopper. I love shopping at the Dollar Tree, and I do have a card up above of things I do suggest buying at the Dollar Tree if you want to hit that video afterward. But these are things that I think are not a good value at the Dollar Tree or other similar dollar stores. So we're just going to go through 12 of them really quickly and just make a note that maybe these things are not things you should put on your shopping list the next time you go to the dollar store. So number one is candles. I used to buy candles all the time at the dollar store before I realized that they are not actually a good value. So currently, I don't really buy candles at all for scented reasons, but we do buy them for emergency reasons. And we realized that the dollar store candles are actually a very poor value. So the tea lights come in like 12 to 16 pack for $1 when you can actually buy like 100 of them online or at Walmart for only $4. So that is definitely not a good value. Of course, there are also votives and pillar candles that look nice and actually smell kind of good sometimes. But when you actually count the amount of hours that those burn compared to any other candle you buy at like Walmart or something like that, they burn very badly. So they burn a short amount of time and they're just not worth the value. So next we're going to talk about cooking oil, olive oil in particular. So I did used to buy olive oil at the Dollar Tree before I realized the cost per ounce is really not that great. And the quality, the actual brand name of the olive oil is not that great either. So I found that purchasing olive oil in a gallon containers at places like Grocery Outlet and Walmart is actually much cheaper per ounce, and the quality is much better. It tastes better, it cooks better. So next we're going to talk about utensils. And utensils is actually something I never purchased at the dollar store because you can tell pretty quickly that it's not worth it. So I think you get 1, 2, or maybe 3 in a pack. It depends on what dollar store you go to. But if you take the actual spoon or fork and just bend it a little bit, you can see that it folds right in half. It is not worth the price. It only lasts for a couple uses. You might as well purchase disposable if you're going to purchase dollar store utensils. So how about candy? Candy seems really cheap at the dollar store, right? Those big boxes of movie theater candy that you purchase for like $4 to $8 at the movie theater are only $1, right? Well, if you look at it, that's actually not that great a price. You can buy it if you want to, but you can get those for 75 to 88 cents at places like Walmart, one of my favorites, or Target, or really any other big box store. So unless you happen to be going to the movies and there's a dollar store nearby and you want to grab some, then I would just recommend purchasing those items at a different store. And then of course they have the bag candy. These are very small, and if you work out the cost per ounce, purchasing them in larger packages on sale at any regular grocery store comes out to be cheaper than these items. So these items are not a good value at all. So condiments, you have a couple different choices in condiments at the dollar store. They do have name brands like French's and Kraft and Heinz, but these are usually very tiny bottles, and the cost per ounce is not good. Always look at the cost per ounce and compare to your regular grocery store. These name brand items are usually always cheaper on sale at my local Safeway or Raley's. And then even the generic bottles that are a little bit bigger, those can be had much cheaper at my local grocery outlet. So it might be okay to purchase them at the dollar store if you buy the generic brands and the bigger bottles, but definitely at least shop around a little bit and compare prices with your local stores to see if it's cheaper at your local grocery store. Cereal, whether it's generic or brand name, is never a good value at the dollar store. You can buy cereal on sale at your local grocery store in the big generic brands, or even on sale in the brand names for much cheaper per ounce than you buy for the regular dollar store price. So unless you want those little tiny bags for camping or something like that, it's definitely cheaper to buy in bigger boxes or bags at your local grocery store. How about the box mixes for baking? Now they have brownies and cakes and all sorts of things at the dollar store, right? Well, these are not a good value. Again, it's price per ounce, but it's also generic brands that are really not great for baking and don't taste that great. So you can buy name brand baking mixes at your local grocery store or even your local discount grocery store for much cheaper than you can at the dollar store. So it's tempting to buy that box because it's only $1, but it's probably cheaper per ounce to buy that box that's $2 at your local grocery store. Okay, how about the office supply section? That section is so tempting, right? They have standard things there like folders and notebooks, pens and pencils and erasers. They're so tempting to buy at only $1. But if you have shopped back to school sales at any store, Costco, Walmart, Target, any sort of office supply store, you know that you can get these things so much cheaper. So folders are usually like 10 cents, notebooks are 25 cents. Even if you purchase not in a back to school sale, you'll get better quality, bigger items, better items at your local store than you will get at the dollar store. So the paper is cheap at the dollar store, the pens don't work really well. It's just a better investment to buy your office supplies at any other store. However, there are some things which are a good deal in that aisle at the dollar store. As a bonus here, some of the things that I do like in that aisle. Poster board, great for crafts and for science projects and things like that, and that is really cheap at $1 per item. Stickers for scrapbooking are so cheap and so pretty at the dollar store, so go ahead and purchase those things. And then my favorite, which I think I've mentioned in another video, is the book section. So you can buy books, hardback, paperback, bestsellers, kids books, adults books, all sorts of books for only $1. And although it may be cheaper at the thrift store, it's pretty cool to check out the books in the dollar store as well. So skip the office supplies, but those other things you can check out in that aisle. Vitamins. Vitamins are tempting to buy at the dollar store because they are very expensive at the drugstore, but don't do it. There are consumer reports out there that say that the items at the dollar store in the vitamin section are missing key ingredients that you would get in other vitamins in a regular drugstore. So they're not going to be great for your health, they're not really good quality, and it's not worth spending just $1 if it affects your health negatively. So for vitamins, go for sales at things like drugstores and grocery stores. Batteries. We are guilty of buying dollar store batteries, and it is not a good buy. So you can buy big packages of batteries on sale, especially those back to school sales I talked about, at Costco and Walmart for just as inexpensively as the dollar store per battery, and they are much better quality. So I would rather spend a little more on things like Energizer or Duracell and have batteries that last a lot longer. And honestly, I think rechargeable batteries are the better deal. They're much more expensive, but you can recharge them over and over and over again, so the cost per use is much cheaper even than the Dollar Tree. And last but not least for this one video is dish soap. So dish soap is very tempting at the Dollar Tree because they usually have a name brand like Dawn or Palmolive. However, the bottles are very, very tiny. So this is definitely a cost per ounce issue. It is still cheaper to buy dish soap full price in places like Walmart if you buy the larger bottles than it is to buy the teeny tiny little sample sizes at the Dollar Tree. So there you go, short but sweet, a few things you do not want to buy at the dollar store. I will put a card link up above with my things you should purchase at the dollar store video. And that is it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Could be up here, could be up here, never know when I'm editing. And I will put another link over here or maybe over here with some links that you will like, a playlist above about how to make some money, and a video down here which YouTube thinks that is perfect just for you.